A pale lie, you're leading my people astray.
Government by family and friend, corruption never end. You tell us, said you are God sent, but when we turn around the bend, you thiefing with a pen. Coffee with family, and I struggle for friend. And when you come after we, like the cock on the end. What a pity when we sell our dignity as spent. Politicians them attack we from the rear end. Lead me to a dead end. And the fake preacher telling I and I feel repent. With the money in my pocket is the mountain I get. And when the gap ever widen, fences can mend. So this question I send,
where the money there, 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 where the money there.
And me say where the money there.
I don't know.
Whoa, at the fire bonding. Until they change their mind, the wrath of God upon them.
Through your lies and deception, wrong education, you're poisoning yourself one way. But when the church and the state collaborate to keep us in slavery.
And by the ballot and the bullet, they put their gun to the head. Them say you have the right to talk, but talk too loud and you dead. It's like them have a different system for the leader and the Yes, indeed. 1212 Radio Culture. Blessed love, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. We're live on iKULCHA TV, Radio Culture. My name is Kwesi, his son, Bakon, and I will be in the seat for today's show. We will start off by apologizing for not being able to bring you our show as advertised. Solomon Owusu, who is a mining consultant and engineer, had an emergency that he had to attend to and has therefore given us a rain check for next week. So we will not be having that interview with Solomon Owusu today. Many apologies, but we promise to bring you that interview later on, most likely next week. Once again, my name Kwesi Esan Bakon, and I will be your host for the next couple hours or so. Welcome to the show. All right, let's kick off the show. We will be starting the show very soon. On today's show, as I've already said, we were supposed to have Solomon Owusu to discuss the issue of Galamsey. That is not going to happen. It's going to happen later on. Hopefully, producer is able to get me the NDC spokesperson, Ahiakpo, I think his name is. Mr. Ahiakpo will be joining us. He's a member of the NDC communications team, and he will be joining us to react to, yes, his name is Mr. Bernard Ahiakpo. Bernard Ahiakpo will be joining us, hopefully, to discuss the attacks, quote unquote, or the critics or the criticisms that are being directed at the president after the removal of the CJ. Now, that to me, actually, and let's be clear on this. I think that topic is a bit overmilled. I don't think there's much to be said for it. I think that most of what's going to be said is probably going to be regurgitated stuff, to be very honest with you. But that said, however, I would also want to put on record that the last interview we had with lawyer Adufo, certain points were raised, which I raised a bit of eyebrows over. I went to do a bit of research, and I realized that we may need to put certain things straight, just so we are putting out the correct facts as a media entity. All right. Yes, which is why we decided to invite Mr. Ahiakpo. Mr. Ahiakpo will be joining us to discuss that topic, and hopefully we'll be capping it today. And of course, I have the editorial for you right after the intro, and maybe a couple commercial breaks. But I have a special thing for you today. Novelty. We haven't done this before. I'm going to try to call a scammer on air. I'm going to try to call a scammer on the show. Stay for that. I am going to try to call a scammer on the show. This guy texted me, has managed to somehow hack into the WhatsApp account of one of my friends, and started messaging me, trying to extort me and all of that. I am going to try to call him today on the show. I already have his name. I have his phone number and everything. It should be very easy to trace him, but I want to humiliate him first before the law catches up with him. I do have his number and all of that. We will be doing that. And also we will have your arts and culture, where Synergy hopefully will join me to do some justice to some current issues. Also, Echo Bakupolis will be Rootsman will also be joining us for agriKULCHA. This and some others. Producer, please try and get me our first guest as soon as you can. And let's go for a short commercial break. When I come back from that break, we will be going for the editorial. But right now, commercial break. We will be right. Okay, 1 second, please. Commercial break. We'll be right back.
Making healthy food choices are a daily challenge for most people. You see, the food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Introducing the Green Health Pharmacy and Functional Medicine Clinic that gets to the root cause of your disease. We present to you the True Green Foods brand that allows you to enjoy healthy food options without sacrificing the foods you love. True Green Foods have low-carb swallow options for fufu, banku, tuozafi, eba, kenke, amala, and semovita. Good tasting and supremely delicious without compromising blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, weight management goals, and all diseases that one may be battling with. They also have a low-carb replacement for oatmeal, grits, and cream of wheat, which are highly dense in carbohydrates. Check out Alta Oats, Beta Oats, Clean Oats, as well as Kajma Porridge and Cream of Lacca when you visit our shop. The breakfast options are not just delicious, but meet the standards of an anti-inflammatory diet. All True Green Foods are all diabetic friendly. Find Green Health Pharmacy in Woodbridge, Virginia, or call us on 703-670-3640. WhatsApp 571-300-5039. Find us on IG at Green Health Farm. There's no better way for a healthy lifestyle. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
Yes, indeed. Visit the website chrismark.com. Okay, so I'll be showing you some Chrismark products also live. All right. I received the package. Thank you very much, Isaac. Mr. Kusi, thank you so much. I got the package. You know what? The package went to the male people in this area are ridiculously notorious for delivering packages in the wrong places. I'm telling you, I'm not even playing. You don't know how many times I've had to drive to my neighbors to re-deliver their packages to them. And then just a couple of days ago, my neighbor, next door neighbor, nice family from India, you know, they had apparently taken delivery of a package for me. So, and it had been with them for a while, right? Because I think one of them, I don't want to go into all that detail, but you know, the package was with them, and they eventually gave it to my wife, who brought it to me. So, Mr. Kusi, thank you very much. I have the products which I intend to show on this show today. Before we go, I'll be showing you some Christmas products, right? And since I received it, I've given a few samples out, including to some of the toughest critics. So I'll give you their feedback also on the show before we go. Thank you very much. All right. In the meantime, let's go for the editorial. When we come back, show continue. Okay. My name is Kwesi Esan Bako, and here is the editorial. I come in peace. I come not to please. For today's consideration, voice note to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Voice note to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia, I'm sending you a voice note because the number that you gave me when we met, while you were in opposition some many years ago, nobody responds to that number anymore when I call it. Not even the numbers of your handlers, those who followed you at the time, including, God rest his soul, Boedu, that young man who passed. But the others, none of them responds to that. So it's become necessary for me to send a voice note to you today, sir. So please bear with me and let me share my thoughts on your bid to become president of our beloved country, Ghana. Here goes. Dr. Bawumia, I'm not sure why you think regurgitating the campaign points that led to the most humiliating defeat in our country's history. I don't know why you think regurgitating and repackaging that for Ghanaians is a good strategy. It's not. Regurgitating those same tired old catchphrases that you were selling to Ghanaians as campaign manifesto and touting achievements which nobody else but you could see. That's not a good strategy, Dr. Bawumia. Number two, sir, making ridiculous promises is not helping you. Making ridiculous promises is part of the reason why you suffered that humiliating defeat. Because I've heard you say many times, oh, you know what I can do. You've seen what I can. No, we haven't seen what you can. In fact, we have seen what you can do. What you can do is drive the city from 4 cities to 17 cities. So that's what you can do. What else are you asking us to bank anything on? But then you show up and say, hey, you make ridiculous statements like, oh, when we come to power, and this is him speaking with his party people. So maybe it's F-talk, but still, we judge you by that, right? Because you're telling your party people that you will give every constituency 10 appointments. What are you appointing them to? Appointing them to do what? To get paid with what? Versus creating employment for these people. And if you were to give every constituency 10 appointments, what number would that? Huge number. What are you appointing them to? Apart from that, what happens to the others? What kind of acrimony, what kind of animosity is it going to create within the party about those who don't get selected to go? Because trust me, if out of all the people in the constituency, they see the opportunity to get selected to that, everybody's automatically going to think of backing Bawumia. And if it's going to, of course, create a rat race. And if you're not backing Bawumia, it's very likely you don't get in that 10. And then what happens? So not only is this guy making wet dream promises to his party, but he's actually creating a recipe for further chaos in the party. Doctor, again, when I hear you speak, you sound very inward looking. You're not looking anywhere beyond the party. Again, we know you're campaigning to be the flag bearer, so maybe that influences what you say. But even generally speaking, your general outlook, and that includes the statements that your followers make. I hear Chairman Wontumi criticizing Alan Chamatin. If you were smart, you would leave Alan Chamatin alone. At this point, you should be trying to make peace with Alan Chamatin so that at the very least, you don't cause more animosity for people who are sympathetic with Alan Chamatin. Alan Chamatin Yawoshi or Tini Baby, but he catches a stray bullet because you are campaigning to be flag bearer of the party. And it's not coming from you, but it's coming from Wontumi, who is speaking for you. And that's what I'm talking about. Brass tacks, doctor, we will have to say it all. And again, that public posturing with you and Fanti comedy and all of that, it was bad advice. I don't know if your advisors are sycophantic towards you, or they're just not giving you the right kind of advice. Because that public image of you hugging on Fanti comedy after he had said what he said, it's not good for you. For whatever it's worth within the party, maybe you are banking on the base that hates John Mahama so much that anything but John Mahama is okay, right? So in that case, fair enough. You go and hug Fanti comedy, who is threatening to or saying whatever he's saying, and it's okay. But beyond that, after you've become the flag bearer, no, because why are we dealing with somebody who is a vessel for chaos? You're not attracting any sympathy from the so-called floating voter, Dr. Bawumia. And you know what? Those are who makes presidents. Those are who decides who is president. That so-called floating voter, because you have your members logged in. And at this time, with what's going on in the party, the members are not even logged in the NPP at this point. The factions, the sections, the cracks are so deep and sharp, you can hardly say that you have your members logged in. So instead of causing up to the so-called floating voter, making yourself more attractive so people can connect with you, you're rather putting out the image of embracing somebody who's so divisive. It's not good for your campaign. If I was to be in your advisory team, if I was one of your advisors, if I had, and that's why I'm sending you a voice note, I'm sure you'll hear the voice note, sir, one way or the other. But check this out. And this could be the best piece of advice anybody could give you, believe me. If I were you, Dr. Bawumia, I would put everything aside and focus on shedding that tag as a liar. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but that's the biggest bane for you. That's your biggest spoke in the wheel. I mean, what I said, that's the biggest thing that's gonna get in your spokes. Because for good or bad, Ghanaians have built an image of you as a liar, somebody who pulls stuff out of it somewhere where the sun don't shine, and just bust it out and don't care. And doctor, I want to say that I'm tempted to agree with most Ghanaians. You know why? Because you've told us about airports that you've built that nobody else sees. You've told us about some big economic stuff that you've done that only you see. You've told us about all the achievements and all these things that you're supposed to have done, which nobody else is testifying to, but your cronies and your sycophants. Only your minions are the ones who are touting these things. So you know what that means? It means only your sycophants and your minions will vote for you. Because if these airports were really there, I was watching some video the other day. The guy was like, me, I'm a MPP new, but abanyi baye menya enro egumiko ko foso. Now be catch him some. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever it is that you are claiming that you've done, people should see it, people should feel it, people should testify for you, not you going around the country touting things that nobody else can see. And that legitimizes the tag of the liar that people have put on you, sir. And because of that, nothing else that you say matters. That's the truth. That's the truth. Maybe after the Akufo-Addo regime, no, you've come up with something genius that maybe would work, but we don't trust you. We don't trust you. So instead of hiring PR firms to do polls that you obviously know are not going to be in your favor, spend that money to hire PR firms to clean up that tag of the liar for you. Because Ghanaians don't trust you at this point. So nothing you say matters. You can make all the promises. Ghanaians will just look at you and laugh. I'm telling you, doctor, your advisors may not be telling you. I am telling you. Ghanaians are laughing at you. Ghanaians are laughing at some of the things you say. Right? People have made a meme of with the yardstick, no something, paradigm, whatever. Mina mima zero, no. People are laughing at these things. Get someone who will speak the truth to you. Get someone who is actually interested in remodeling you, and start from shedding the tag of the liar. You know how you can start? Stop regurgitating those same old tired nonsense that you sold to us as manifesto in the election that brought you the biggest humiliation of your life, I believe. Stop doing that. You're going around saying the same things again. And now I see that you're changing the strategy to apologizing. The last time I heard about me, I said, why? No, sir. Tell us what you did. I was say that's when we will consider say the also, tell us exactly what. Let's go take by take, because initially when we started telling you, say, what you were doing is not right, the way you were governing the country is not right, no, you were like, no, you defended what you were doing. So right now, I don't know what you think is wrong until I will patch or no. Maybe you are begging for forgiveness because you were not able to be a little more corrupt. I don't know. So tell us, spell it out. We are asking for forgiveness because we had corrupt officials in the government. We spent $98 million to dig up a hole in the name of a national cathedral. We embezzled money. We found money under somebody. Tell us what you want to apologize for, Dr. Bawumia. And then we will consider if we want to, if we want to forgive you or not. Now, before I wrap this up, I, for the life of me, don't know why NPP people can't spell it out and state clearly that Akufo-Addo is the cause of the party's woes. Akufo-Addo is the cause of the party's woes, but nobody is mentioning his name. Even Bawumia is begging some why are the bonnet? We are the bonnet under who? Peimuka, Dr. Bawumia, drink deep or taste not. If you're going to say, Akufo-Addo's government failed, and therefore we should forgive you for Akufo-Addo's government in totality, but you have a new regime, which you have been trying to say for a while, without shedding the connection completely with Akufo-Addo. No, there is a problem there. Drink deep or taste not, doctor. And I pray to God that this voice note reaches you. If your advisors are up to their game, this voice note will reach you. If not, I wish you all the best on your quixotic journey to the presidency. My name is Kwesi Eson Bakon. I come to, oh my gosh, Kasatinting. I come in peace. I come not to please. When we come back, we will hopefully be bringing you our first interview. This has been the editorial. We'll be right back.
A pregnanted agreement during the pregnantization process.
Barrister, I am afraid. How are you sure that I will still win this case?
Bro, as he stands now, your one leg is already inside the prison. But I think you can escape because I have a strategy. I will confuse the judge. By the time I am done talking, eyes will start turning the judge. Once eyes start turning my lord, that is our victory. He will not know when he will just approve our victory instantly. My strategy works. It works all the time. Forget it. I got you, bro. But you know that you still need to pay your balance first before we start going to court. And you also need to add that extra money I told you about. That extra 500,000 naira. That is the money I'm going to use to turn his eyes. That is eye confusion money.
Hey, Barrister, thank you. As long as you have a strategy, thank you. I will pay everything now. No time.
My lord, this case has no head and it has no tail. But before I proceed, my lord, may I introduce myself? My name is Everestus. Tesla, Toyota, Exporter, Importer, Utaroka, Okunuka, Ojoelegba, Aspire, Barrister of Lawyer. My lord, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, claims that my client, Mr. Timprokoto Tinkum, got her pregnant. My lord, as you know, this is a pregnant case. My lord, in this pregnancy denial case, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, the pregnantee, claimed that my client, the alleged pregnanter, promised a pregnanted agreement during the pregnantization process, which led to the pregnancy. But now, the pregnanter has refused to accept the responsibility of pregnantism, which was caused by his pregnantization process, which he claimed he must have pregnanted under the pre-accepted pregnantization condition. I am here, my lord, to approve the motion, to propose the motion that disagree that my client, the alleged pregnanter, took a stand in which he told the pregnantee before, during, and after the pregnantization process that the participation of his pregnantism jingoism does not equal acceptance of pregnantus mellitus. Therefore, this pregnancy of the pregnantee by the pregnanter is primarily caused by pregnantization, which does not meet the required conditions for pregnation to occur. I therefore declare, my lord, that this is impregnable and cannot stand, my lord. As we all know, no one knows tomorrow because tomorrow is pregnant. I rest my case, my lord.
Hey! Finish them. Barrister Everestus, kill them all, bro. Kill them all. Barrister, the question here is, did your client give the woman belly or not? He give am belly, be no give am belly. DNA result they here, oh. So be careful before you answer. Barrister, the judge eyes still clear. Oh. I thought you said that eyes will start turning him after you finish your long grammar. Are you sure this your tactics is still working?
Bruh, with what I'm saying here, my lord's eyes have refused to turn. I hope you have someone that will be bringing food for you inside prison. Bro, do you have any property you would like to sell before going?
What a minute! Before going where?
You will soon find out.
There's no two ways
My
about
lord,
it.
let me say the truth. My client gave the woman belly, my lord. But I had to collect the job, my lord, because I have bills to pay. You know as this country be now.
Party ya minte baba mura torturam
na safati ya wankankan nkran kasa ochila sama sale sakama alaikum.
God have mercy upon us.
Sama alaikum.
Ha kweku
Ame wafram kweku
wafra wodan
ame a wafram papa
ha ezibani ntada ni kremu nyi by force balata kaside biasa awuda bani na dani muslim
woso why moko kramo what be your problem?
okay eye kremu nya kankan fati ya minte baba mu wura torturam
na safati ya wankankan nkran kasa ochila ponchen kwan nse hu wanwewu entenkran
wa hwado da chechere ne ho dan tentan ai malami iskoki koko ntina ewa ha ji kodi
menanti wa memfila populoshi mambela ha koko ne ko senti
na no tseda kwa no bi
mama menya bwana ma ya azumi
apeto na wasimi nyimu a enye muslim wo ma me de ya akumi
oso jama anno me sebe na abo mama me de amena kadija zako otonto na ankora on sabago
ewradzi la ilaha illallah awu wi jina ya fasting wo yefuna tantan da amena castle e da za life na nimu tasking na di nemu hood ha onya wo hustle.
You want to disgrace me why
hwana no bro for badan for be kai
is that you telling me
fiako da man nam kekede fi Dubai
ama wonyanku intwankwa waso pelai entwendul esie ye pomusulama me nyankwa denti na bechile mufun wo wie file da me ne wo bie ne ya na yakwa shocks yakwa eno multiple itwa thought American mo silama etwot na kramona isuma won ho ayopok
amen pok ko mun bida
na na ho nkwa no se
ono so munum bida
anya wona me na wo kwa windereja eje bayele na pok edo num bia
amen akohwefo yina woni prophet melika say esuma wo mu akodi tz akosere bi ne jalabe na slippers
ameme ya kremono musumi Jesus
wow she needless lives kremunya esumi Jesus Christ enhwehwe bere papa bi mbo azana change we useless life
usompo why they less stressing baby am fe bia na le disturb him koko kakra mapada menu minta de ne CTV ye detect him
wasi osi the CTV
amemete bro for me we UCC
abakos na ye
me ye social studies in a mat na me se ne ye BDT
no BDT no ya abakos
onye Bible determination tactics Bible determination tactics
where in university.
All right, thank you very much for staying put. And we are going to go straight to our first interview. I believe we have Mr. Bernard Ahiapo on the line now. Bernard Edem Ahiapo is our guest for the first interview. Mr. Anyakwa, welcome to iCulture TV, Radio Culture. Sir. How are you today? Hello, Mr. Anyakwa.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can.
All right. Apologies for that. So, Mr. Anyakwa is a member of the National Democratic Congress communications team, and he has graciously agreed to join us today to talk about that issue concerning the removal of the CJ. We promise you we'll put a cap on this thing after this. I personally, as I stated in the intro, believe that this is an overflogged horse. But just because we want to have some clarity on last week's interview, in which lawyer Adolfo stated that the CJ was removed, particularly for certain reasons, we want to get some clarity on it. And we promise you after that, we will put some closure to this matter and move on to, I believe, more important matters. But that said, thank you once again, Mr. Anyakwa, for joining us. First of all, let me ask you, what is the party's position on the removal of the CJ in general? The former CJ, actually, I should say.
Thank you very much. And let me use Thank you very much. Let me use the opportunity to say a very good evening to your cherished listeners out there. On the issue of the party's position with regards to the removal of the former CJ, we want to say that it is clearly a legal and a constitutional matter. Mm-hmm. Nothing else, nothing more. Mm. There were those who were of the view that the hair removal was politically motivated, and we as a party or as a government do not see it in that way. It is pure because due process had been followed, which actually led to hair removal from office. And so we do not see it to be anything political.
Okay. Unlike the National Democratic Congress, however, the NPP, the New Patriotic Party, of course, thinks that there are some undertones here and there. Last week, and I'm not saying that this lawyer is associated with the NPP in any way at all, because the interview we had with him had nothing to do with the NPP. It was in his capacity as a lawyer, a legal practitioner. Okay. But he had some concerns regarding how the Chief Justice was removed. And he particularly expressed that the Chief Justice was removed because she traveled with her husband, and that is not in the statute books, particularly an offense. Can you shed some light on this for us?
Well, unfortunately, I will not be able to speak to or cannot react to the lawyer's comments. Respectfully, I've not listened to his comments. I've not listened to his side of the story and the issues that he has raised. Mm-hmm. So if I can be privy to some of the things that he has said.
Please pull it for me. Justice, please pull it for me. I did ask my producer to furnish you with that ahead of the show. It looks like that slipped through the cracks. Justice, please see if you can find that for me, but we'll continue in the meantime. Let's proceed. There are so many issues, like there's so many, not just once, every couple days, almost every week, we hear the New Patriotic Party going on the rampage about the countries being governed in a certain way that they think is not fair. Just the other day, we heard about a proposed demonstration, to the president to, request for better human rights, whatnot. What do you think about that?
Thank you very much. We, as a political party or as a government in power, we believe in the rule of law. We believe in free speech or freedom of speech as Ghanaians. Of course, that has been in existence before we even came into administration in the last couple of months. But our position has to do with the fact that, in spite of the fact that we believe in freedom of speech does not give certain elements within the New Patriotic Party or as well as any individual to channel certain claims which are not true. When you are able to put certain information out there which are not true, it is incumbent on the government or the law enforcement agency to invite you to, as it were, to actually provide evidence or to actually help in investigation with regards to the issues you've raised. So, as we speak, we don't think that we have done anything contrary to some of the arrests which have been made so far, which to the MPP, they are planning to stage a protest. Of course, protest is within their right. They have every right to stage any protest. We don't have any problem with that. But they need to understand the fact that anybody within the MPP which is today being arrested, how come we did not just start arresting the former president or even the former vice president? We are arresting certain key elements within the party based on certain allegations or certain comments that they are actually passing. Those are the things that are actually calling for the arrest. So basically, we're only asking them for them to come and prove. Once there is a proof with regards to the allegations, we are good to go. But if you realize that in the course of the investigation, you realize that those issues are not backed with any empirical evidence, then it means that they have a problem with the rule of law. And when there's a need for them to be taken through the right processes, which has to do with they being charged for courts, that would be done. And that is what some of them are actually going through. I as an individual, or as a youth, or as a young man, I do not believe in political witch hunting, because you see, power is transient. The NDC will not be in power forever. However, I want to put on record that the MPP has done, worse things when they were in opposition, when they were in power in the last 8 years. And Ghanaians have the courage to complain about some of the things they were doing. Unfortunately, those were not the things we are doing today. The Rambo style arrest of NDC, communicators and NDC supporters were some of the things that we actually witnessed under their regime. But unfortunately, we are not seeing that today. And so if they have any problem, at least it is within their right or within their remit to hit the streets and protest or to actually exercise their displeasure. And I think Ghana, as citizens, we cannot take away from them.
Okay. Before my next major question, let me sidebar a little bit on this one right here, because you said we're not seeing Rambo style arrest, right? But then some will also argue that they've seen some what they would call a Rambo style. Unfortunately, we don't have a precise definition for what is called Rambo style arrest. Okay, but we did see, for instance, police going over the wall of the
I did see.
Go look for a Abronia and all of that. Do you think that was necessary? Do you think they could have just knocked on the door and gone in just like regular police or whoever coming to arrest?
Again, I'm a youth, I'm a young man coming up. This political journey that I am into, it's indeed a very long journey for me. It will be very hypocritical on my part to justify some of the things which to my conscience cannot be justified. Abronia is a citizen of this country. Whatever crime he claimed to have committed, or the police claim he might have committed, what is wrong? They writing to Abronia or personally inviting him. He's a public figure.
Yep.
He's a regional chairman of MPP of a political party or of a particular region. So if indeed there is something that he has done, I think that inviting him should be the right thing to do, not jumping over walls or scaling over people's walls to get him arrested. That for me is condemnable, and as an individual, I'm not going to. I would never ever support that, irrespective of the fact that my government is in power. I will never justify that.
I like speaking to people like you, because this is what we need, right? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Because personally, I think that is
exactly
a bad image for the government. Personally, okay, it's not the president going to arrest Abronia. It's not even the presidency going to arrest Abronia. It's the police. But these things end up
Yes, sir.
painting a picture for the government, you know. Now, thank you very
Exactly.
much. Now,
Exactly.
my next major question is that we also heard that, you know, some people were speaking about how he was kept, or he's being kept for 2 weeks. And also, you know, certain other people who have been kept beyond the habeas corpus. What is your reaction to that also?
That for me, the police have not been able to come out clearly with regards to, you know, what his offenses are, or what his offenses were. We've not been able to. I don't know whether he's been charged. I have not yet seen the charge sheet and what it contained. But like I said,
excuse me, Bernard, but I don't want us to go into the issues. All I'm asking is, generally speaking, I'm not even speaking about Abron yet. I'm speaking about, you know, generally speaking,
exactly.
Some people are saying that
Yeah,
there's now a growing trend of suspects who are picked up, who look like political elements, but who are kept beyond the habeas corpus. So we're not even looking at any particular case, just so we don't stray into, you know, an uncomfortable zone for both of us.
Good. So some of the issues are purely, cases of mere misdemeanor, which even if the person is charged, the person could have been granted bail, so that his lawyers are in the country, the person himself is in the country. If they think that, or if they have any ground of suspicion that the person will leave the jurisdiction or probably leave the country, there are certain things they could do. They could have at least taken the person's passport and then let him know that you are currently under investigation. For now, you are going to be prevented from traveling outside, beyond the shores of the country, and so that they can be able to cooperate. Look, like you rightly said, all these things are painting a very bad image for the government, because when it happens, they will say John Mahama's administration, even though, like you said, he was not the one who went personally to arrest these individuals. But as long as he remains the leader of the country today, he'll be the one that will be whose names will be mentioning. Not too long ago, Ghana, we dropped when it comes to, free speech. We dropped a certain percentage, which for me is, doesn't speak well of the country. So we shouldn't say that, it has happened in the past, and so as a government, a new government that has come to power for John Mahama's legacy term, we should also try and replicate some of those things. For me, it is a bad precedent, and we shouldn't set it. Whatever, for me, I believe that whoever that is wrong and has to be condemned. What is right, we commend it going forward. We need not to keep people in custody for close to one week, 1 month. For what exactly is their crime? For those people could be breadwinners of their family. So if they are kept in custody, the state would even be using our resources to be feeding them in cells. Meanwhile, there are other pressing issues that the country needs to attend to. That is my thought on that.
Great point. But let me poke that a little bit further. Because I listened to an interview, or I watched a video clip, I should say, with Kofi Akpaloo, for instance, who stated that he was kept in the Yoko cells for that long because there were processes that they were going through. He was the person who was picked up. He was the person who spent the time there. But what he told us is that he had to come up with a 10 million cedi bail, and he had to show property that amounted to that. So it was a process which they had to go through. Until they had done that, they could not let go of him. Now, he told us this. Imagine he had decided not to tell us, or he had decided to put a political spin on it. Then it would look like, oh yeah. So don't you think some of these things are just blown out of proportion? We should just leave the police to do their work and the courts? Hello? Bernard, can you hear me? Bernard? Okay.
Yes, I agree with you. First of all, for someone to be charged with such, hello, I'm with you, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
I can hear you very loud and clear, sir.
Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you please hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying, can I go ahead, sir?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
I don't know what crime, or I don't know what exactly Mr. Kofi Akpaloo has committed that would actually warrant his he being kept in Yoko custody for a week and more, and has to produce a landed property worth 10 million Ghana cedis before he be released. So the question is, what if he doesn't get it? What happens to him? He'll still continue to be in cells. But like I said, I think that the Attorney General, I'm told, has been spoken with, that he should intervene in some of these things as soon as possible, because they are actually were painting the image of the government very bad. At least, if not for anything, they should actually be a plea bargain. If he will not be able to produce the landed document, which is worth 10 million Ghana cedis, if it is 2 million Ghana cedis, at least it's something that they needed to reach out to. Kofi Akpaloo is a known figure in this country. We all know his political affiliation. He's a politician, as a Ghanaian, and whatever his crimes are, even if granted without even admitting that he will run out of this country, there could be process that could lead to he being brought back to the country for him to face whatever crime that he has committed. So.
Okay, but what about those who would argue that the law did not start?
I didn't get that part, sir. What about those who
are arguing that the law was not created by this administration? This administration is acting on laws that have always existed. So if Kofi Akpaloo pay whatever he was charged with is supposed to come up with 10 million, that's what he's supposed to come up with. And then if he doesn't find it, whatever the law says should happen is what should happen. What's your reaction to that? We seem to have a little bit of delay, but I'm not sure if you can hear me. But can you hear me?
Yeah, that is why I spoke with regards to what we call the plea bargain. As you speak, there are certain elements, there are certain former government appointees who were found to have been involved in one financial misappropriation or the other, and are currently standing trial. Some of the information we are getting is that they are actually having a plea bargain, so that they will be able to pay what they have stolen, what they have allegedly might have stolen from the state's coffers, and they don't want to pay it back. Instead of putting these people or getting them jailed, if you get them jailed, it is, like I said earlier, it is the state that will even use its resources to get them feed again. And so some of the things, I believe that if Kofi Akpaloo was having the 10 million Ghana cedis as they were demanding, he could have provided it earlier, and probably, because I don't think that he will be happy being in Biana or Yoko cells for a week and more. So if he had it, he would have provided it long ago. I believe that because he was not having it, that is why he has not been able to provide it. Yet his detention in the Yoko cells. So it is time, or it's about time, some of our laws are being reviewed or being modified to see certain elements within our country, because these are also citizens. In one way or the other, they also contribute their quota towards the growth and development of this country. When we tend to do this thing, it looks as if we are actually looking for power to in a way, punish these people for little crime that they have committed, which I think will not put the country in any good name before the Committee of Nations.
Very, very, very interesting point. Very, very interesting. But there is a very thin line, depending on where you're looking at it from, right? Or there's a very thin line between justice and persecution, right? Because if someone does something wrong and they have to be punished, if you don't punish them, it's seen as aiding the corruption. And if you do it in a certain way, it also looks like persecution. So this is a very fine line that the government has to walk, and they have to do their work. I believe that whoever has committed some form of offense, especially corruption, should be made to pay. Otherwise, we are enabling politicians to just go back to that spot. I can't believe for the life of me that some ministers or some government appointees in this current government are being accused of certain things that baffles me. Galamsey, for instance. Like, you're going to be in this government and be doing Galamsey? You have to have some balls of steel to be doing that. I don't get it. But anyhow, Bernard, thank you very much. Before we go, what do you have to share with us by way of the general news? What are you following on the news? What have you heard on the news that's drawing your attention? Okay.
I think the line was a bit bad. I couldn't hear that part, sir. If you could please repeat.
Oh, I was just asking that before we go, what are some of the stories that have caught your attention?
Oh, okay. In Ghana.
Yes.
Prior to the 2024 general elections, some of the major things which we campaigned on as a political party has to do with job creation, has to do with corruption, has to do with Galamsey specifically. And like you rightly indicated, that as we are in government now, there are issues of allegations of corruption involving current government appointees and certain ministers of state. I think that the time has come for the president to crack the whip, irrespective of who is involved, because like he rightly indicated, this is his legacy term. If a minister of state is found to have been involved or engaged directly or indirectly in Galamsey, which is not only destroying our water bodies, but also destroying the livelihood of Ghanaians, I think that the president should not wait to fire such an individual. And it is not only about firing, they should also make sure that a full-scale investigation is conducted around the person, so that when the person is found guilty, if there's a need for the person to be put before court of competent jurisdiction, and if found guilty, the person, if it is going to cause the person to serve some jail term, the person to do it. Because you see, these were the same thing that we actually currently, those were the things that we actually campaign on. And for the people of the country, this country, to give us a mandate to come and right the wrongs, for us to do a U-turn and engage in this brazen act of impunity, I think that I will not support it today, I will not support it tomorrow. Because for the fact that Ghanaians gave us our overwhelming victory of close to 2 million vote difference, it means that there is so much expectation that Ghanaians actually have on us, and that we cannot afford to disappoint them. So these are some of the issues, especially Galamsey. For me, as we speak, we've not had there hasn't been any issue, any grand or any scandal as far as corruption is concerned. But the major issue currently is about the issue of Galamsey, and I think that cracking the whip, getting people fired, getting people jailed would be the way to go, and then it will serve as deterrent to those who are actually thinking of doing same. That is my take on that.
Bernard Edem Ahiepo, thank you very, very, very much. And I would definitely like to speak with you again from time to time on some issues, because there's nothing like somebody who can look their own party in the face and speak truth. They need a few of you in the NPP, my friend.
Yeah.
I think we should. They need a few of you in the NPP. People would definitely benefit from a few of your. Thank you so much. Edem.
Thank you very much, my brother. My brother, I'm always available. Whenever you want to engage me, keep me posted and I'll be available to engage you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you so much, and then kindly enjoy the rest of the day.
And thank you even more. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bernard Edem Ahiepo is a member of the National Democratic Congress communications team. We will be right back after this.
My lord, as you know, this is a pregnant case. My lord, in this pregnancy denial case, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, the pregnantee, claimed that my client, the alleged pregnanta, promised a pregnanted agreement during the pregnantization process, which...
Barrister, I am afraid. How are you sure that I will still win this case?
Bro, as he stands now, your one leg is already inside the prison, but I think you can escape because I have a strategy. I will confuse the judge. By the time I am done talking, eyes will start turning the judge. Once eyes start turning my lord, that is our victory. He will not know when he will just approve our victory instantly. My strategy works. It works all the time. Forget it. I got you, bro. But you know that you still need to pay your balance first before we start going to court. And you also need to add that extra money I told you about. That extra 500,000 naira. That is the money I'm going to use to turn his eyes. That is eye confusion money.
Hey, Barrister, thank you. As long as you have a strategy, thank you. I will pay everything now. No time.
My lord, this case has no head and it has no tail. But before I proceed, my lord, may I introduce myself? My name is Everestus. Tesla, Toyota, Exporter, Importer, Utaroka, Okunuka, Ojoelegba, Expire, Barrister of Lawyer. My lord, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, claims that my client, Mr. Timprokoto Tinkum, got her pregnant. My lord, as you know, this is a pregnant case. My lord, in this pregnancy denial case, this woman here, Mrs. Auntie Janet, the pregnantee, claimed that my client, the alleged pregnanta, promised a pregnanted agreement during the pregnantization process, which led to the pregnancy. But now, the pregnanta has refused to accept the responsibility of pregnantism, which was caused by his pregnantization process, which he claimed he must have pregnanted under the pre-accepted pregnantization condition. I am here, my lord, to approve the motion, to propose the motion that disagree that my client, the alleged pregnanta, took a stand in which he told the pregnantee before, during, and after the pregnantization process that the participation of his pregnantism jingoism does not equal acceptance of pregnantus mellitus. Therefore, this pregnancy of the pregnantee by the pregnanta is primarily caused by pregnantization, which does not meet the required conditions for pregnation to occur. I therefore declare, my lord, that this is impregnable and cannot stand, my lord. As we all know, no one knows tomorrow because tomorrow is pregnant. I rest my case, my lord.
Hey! Finish them. Barrister Everestus, kill them all, bro. Kill them all.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, we are going to do something slightly different today. You remember a couple weeks ago, just before the systems went down and we had to do the reset and all of that, we started a conversation with one of the groups in the Nkwanta dispute. We spoke with Steve Yao Obo, and we indeed invited a group of people from that tribe, the Achode tribe, I believe, the Dele tribe, sorry, to come and speak with us. What we are trying to do is actually to engender debate between these two groups. And I hear there's a third, but at least let's start with these two. And the whole issue came when, or at least my attention was drawn to the issue when the house of our friend Abraham Boafo, National Democratic Congress communicator, was attacked and set on fire. We have him back today. We want to get a quick update on what the situation is, all in a bit to foster that debate that we want between these two groups, the Achode tribe and the Adele tribe. Abraham, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Your camera is off. If you can hear me, please come on so we can. There you go. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you so much. Okay. And now we are connected with my very good friend, no stranger to at all. Wow. Abraham is a member of the National Democratic Congress communications team. Abraham, good to see you again. How are you? You're looking good.
Yeah, good to see you. I'm very well, Kwasi.
What's
that?
Oh, now that you're about to be at my bad news. Why? What's going on?
When you say, and I can't want some, now, mommy couldn't stand the shock, and out of one day, an impromptu attack, she gave birth to a ghost.
Oh,
yeah.
Accept our commiserations, my brother.
I appreciate
commiserations. I don't know why every time we come to you, we have to put up with bad news.
Yeah, I'm not getting it myself, but I just think maybe God timing is the best. Maybe that's what God wants for me now. I don't know. Because
you are tough. You are strong.
Mommy didn't sick. Mommy was very strong. We had time together. All for her to just tell me the heart. She has intermittent in breathing. I mean, she's looking at the property. What will pass through to fix it, and how we just got it. We just got it bent at a moment. The woman couldn't stand the pressure, so she gave up to a ghost. I buried her last 2 weekends.
I'm so sorry to hear that. We'll talk on the side.
Yes, I agree.
But what's the update though since that unfortunate incident? I'm sure you know that we did reach out to speak to the Adele tribe, right? And what we try to do really is to engender some form of discourse between all the different groups, right? I don't want to call them factions. Faction is like, then you're going too much into conflict, dispute. But I believe that we are all family, like we've been saying. The other day when the Adele tribe were here, somebody actually called and said that their spokesperson is married to an Achode woman. you know, and it was yes. So it's just one family with a little bit of misunderstanding that I believe with some decent discourse we can trash out. But give me an update since that time. What has been happening? What's going on since then?
Yeah, so I think it's been like that. When it happens, we'll see calm, we'll see some modesty in the abnormalities. We'll see modesty to some extent. Then from nowhere, it's raising its ugly head. As I speak, the latest update is it was last weekend, last Saturday or so. Another person was gunned down again in the bush. So now,
just this past week.
Sorry?
Just this past week.
Yeah, this past Saturday, somebody was gunned down in the bush, and following up that incident, there were house burnings again in that evening at Nkwanta, the city capital. The person was actually killed at a suburb village called Odome, and then I think maybe due to that unfortunate event, the other parties to in a form of retaliation or in a form
Reprisal.
of also kind of burning houses of some allegedly identified tribe members that the killing might have been done by them. So members of the tribe that own houses in certain areas of the city capital, some went around burning the houses and all that. So it has been like that. It has been like that. It's a difficult situation back at home. Today, the whole problem about Konta is entrenchment on retaliation. Okay, everybody is entrenched to retaliate. Somebody says, I lost an uncle, I lost a mom, I lost a dad through this conflict, and I must make sure that if party A play either a direct or indirect role to ensure the death of my relative, and I need to also do something to also pay them back. That is the entrenched mindset of people in the area. And with this kind of mindset, it will be difficult for peace to have it, to be given a chance. Because yes, you can meet the chiefs, I'm making a real program. You can meet the chiefs, you can meet the elderly people, you can meet all the stakeholders that matters. But at the end of the day, people will be in the bush and will want to kill each other. People are in pain. People don't want to, get off their emotions and see that, come on, it's life. Life is a transitional cycle. Whether this war or not, whoever died through this war will definitely die. It might not be now. So when you accept it in that way, you are able to move on. Bro, you just say that, boy, you are tough. Yes, I am tough because we need to understand life. It's if I own a property and it's burnt, as innocent as I am in this fight, it is destroyed beyond repair. I just have to accept that that's a vanity. I lost a precious mom that is not old. My mom is just 62 years. A very healthy mother with no any bad health history. Just died out of shock of the whole thing. Yes, my side say because my mother died, I need to also retaliate. No, it mustn't be so. You are going to, maybe the one you want to retaliate might even be an innocent soul that is a breadwinner of a family, a huge family. So now on that issue, I think there is no political will to resolve the problem. I am saying this because, yes, my party is in government. There is no ulterior motive in this statement to make my party unpopular or something. This Nkwanta issue started before many other problems like Sampa and Co. surfaces recently. But we have seen committees already being set up to look into the matter and ensure some calm. I think it is high time government of the day considers Nkwanta issues as a national security threat. Nkwanta problem is an absolute national security threat. If today people cannot go to their farms peacefully and go and harvest their foodstuffs and come home to eat, and people are dying out of hunger, people are dying out of emotional trauma, then what is of more national security threat than this? In the area, there is no economic activity that is more popular than farming. So it tells you that if farming becomes a dangerous thing for people to do, then obviously the area is not going to be an area. So the Nkwanta war is an existential threat to the nation. But I don't see political will because it is high time a commission of inquiry is put together with full political commitment to make sure that, the chiefs, crime perpetrators are brought to book. People are brought to answer. People are brought to account for their leadership and stewardship so far as this thing is concerned. But I can tell you there is nothing like that. If you call an MC whom people are alleging that he's playing a contributory factor in the whole situation. That MC and a regional minister caused the aggrieved chiefs and aggrieved youth to sit without any third party, without any external, people to talk about peace. We are not making any progress. Yes, people will go and pretend. People will go and pretend. People will go and
let's put some more meat on that. Let's put a little more meat on that, because you actually went right into my next question, which is why I just let you go. But I want a little more meat on that. The other time when we spoke to you, we reached out to the member of parliament of the area. He refused to speak to us. So now I know what you mean when you say that there's no political will. Do you think that the president is being briefed properly on this encounter issue?
Well, this one is a bit. I can't be certain on whether or not the president is briefed or not. But the president is supposed to go, because there are national security apparatus in the region. We have a regional national security coordinator and deputy. We have a regional police commander. We have even military men on grounds working. So, and I believe the national security coordinator received daily updates of happenings in the country from his regional correspondences. And also, the president took a thank you tour to the region during this conflict. And I'm pretty sure the regional minister, whoever matters, might have get him some pre-update of the status of the region before his engagement with the populace. So, and the president actually make a comment about the war. He admitted seeing how students
Hello, Abraham.
are killed, seeing dead bodies on television, all from Uganda and all that. The president has a fair knowledge of the situation at home. Okay, so I don't know what is actually delaying us or preventing the system from looking at a commission of inquiry to engage us, to engage the people. Because for how long can people continue to live in fear? For how long can people continue to live? And in Uganda issue is more deadly than Boku, because we are interconnected. You need to pass through somebody's farm to go to your farm. The enemies, those fighting, you need to pass through parties A hometown to go to parties B's hometown. Our settlement is interconnected. So if you don't resolve the issue, the killings, the pains, and the destruction is going to be unending. And there is a need.
Picture, Abraham. Let me ask you. You did mention that certain people need to be brought to justice. Who should we be looking at?
We should be looking at a lot of. We should be looking at politicians. We should be looking at chiefs. We should be looking at opinion leaders. You know, negligence is also a crime. Do you know that?
Yes.
Negligence is also a civil wrong. Yes. Okay. If you have a duty of care, and you have negligently breached that duty of care, resulting in injury or damage or resulting in pain, you need to answer questions. If you have a duty of care as a chief to talk peace, to live peace, and you breach that duty of care, resulting in your people being subjected as slaves, you have to answer questions. So if you are an opinion leader and you have a duty as an opinion leader to give positive opinions, to give progressive and peaceful opinions, and you choose to give conflict-like opinions, resulting in what we are seeing, you have breached that duty, and you need to be brought to book to answer questions. Who brings who to book?
Don't you think that using that approach could exacerbate the situation rather than heal the situation? Don't you think that, because I believe that everywhere you look, there'll be fingers pointing, right? You have been a victim. I'm sure that there's somebody on the other side who will also point to your side and say they also did one or the next thing. Do you think the approach should be finding some sort of middle ground rather than trying to dish out people to question?
No, so the bringing people to book here does not necessarily mean I mean, finding them guilty and punishing them or something. You need a commission of inquiry. A commission of inquiry will definitely work with human beings. And who are these human beings the commission of inquiry is going to work with? The commission of inquiry is not going to come to Texas to call you to come and help them in their inquiries. It is the chiefs, it is the opinion leaders, it is the political actors that the commission of inquiry will call. Then the commission of inquiry will point out to them that, see, you Asimasi or you party A, this thing happened based on your negligence. This thing happened based on your contributory factor. This thing happened based on your conduct or your action. Okay? And when we are able to watch people straightforward and tell them the truth that happenings of these areas are happening because of you or your conduct, and such people have been handled in a way that the national security will deem it fit to disarm them to continue to ferment troubles. I think that would be the way to go. Because the Nkwanta issue has gone beyond persuasion. The issue needs national attention. You don't just form 1 or 2, 3 people who obviously by their conduct have interest in what is happening. Then same interested parties will go and sit down and discuss peace. Everything there is born out of pretense, bad faith, and hypocrisy. That is why you hear that there is peace engagement, MC is calling for peace, a minister is meeting stakeholders, minister is meeting chiefs, and then the following day or two, and they'll go back to the drawing board of fighting. So it tells you that the internal political actors, the internal traditional authorities are unable to handle the issue. How do you look for external alternatives? Why are they fighting at Nkwanta? If it's about land, if it's about chieftaincy, if it's about ownership of what, let's get a commission of inquiry. Nkwanta wouldn't be the first or last where a commission of inquiry will be put together and look into it matters and come out with recommendations. And I believe that such recommendations will give a sustainable and lasting solution to the problem of the area.
Abraham, what's the involvement
brother.
of the National House of Chiefs in all of this? Since this issue is about chieftaincy,
I have no idea. I have no idea of the involvement of National House of Chiefs because this is a serious issue, and I personally, because I'm not involved in this war in any form, I don't really know what we're fighting for. If it's about festival celebration and cultural performance, if it's about matters affecting chieftaincy, it means that the National House of Chiefs has a local standing, a capacity to say something or to be involved.
Absolutely.
But you don't see their involvement. At least you don't see their involvement. You should even see National House of Chiefs making some public statements, showing some commitment and will that, see, come on, what is it? National House of Chiefs, if you realize the content issue is becoming a national security threat, as I have seen it, why can't you write to Otunfo, even Yana, the bone issue? That is more of critical nature than what we're seeing at Nkwanta. Yana was able to resolve it amicably. Why couldn't us resolve this Nkwanta issue? Otunfo. Why, if it is going beyond the remit of the chiefs at the regional level, the authority of National House of Chiefs, why don't you, involve the Manshia route to be able to use that place to see if we'll have calm and peace at Nkwanta?
Abraham,
My brother.
what do you think? Let me put it this way: are you and your people, and by your people I mean your tribe, I'm holding you as a spokesperson for them now. Are you ready to sit down and resolve this issue from a youth to youth level? If the politicians and the chiefs are not doing so, I believe we can foster some type of engagement among the youth that can achieve results. Are you committed to something like that?
Let me open this to you. Me, Abraham Boafo, every party in this conflict knows me very well. And today, when you do your background search about me, everybody will tell you that all the atrocities that I have faced, they happen to me because I belong to a particular group that people think people from the group need to be caused pain so that the entire group face some pains. I have when this thing started in a form of joke, when it started on a trivial grounds, I have made every effort to engage youth of other tribes that see, my brothers, these old men and women that probably are seeing the end of their future and want to jeopardize that of ours, let's be smarter than them. Let's rise up to the occasion. Let's rise up. Let's come together. Let's smoke peace. Let's talk peace. See, we need to talk to our chiefs. We need to talk to the opinion leaders. They should be able to use the law courts to resolve their challenges and not the gun and the bullet. The resultant effect of using the gun and the bullet to resolve problems is what we are going through. No, you make this effort, and it looks like all your friends that you bring, your intentions of bringing them, later on you study this, and it looks like they are also in a bit hot-headed by the cover age. I have gone far to the extent that I managed to have access to Manshia, where we're going to get opportunity to use the Otunvo protocols and come together as intellectuals or educated ones from the area, coming from the various tribes, to go and describe to our king Otunvo that Nana, this is what we are going through. If today we are educated, some are lawyers, some are professors, some are doctors. If we are coming from an area that is facing these petty problems, that is resulting to pregnant women sleeping in the bush, people dying before their natural death. If we are in the area and this is happening, and we are unable to put ourselves together to come and beg you to intervene for us to get a safe area again, then what's the essence of our education? I managed to put together a group of professors, a group of lecturers, some from the University of Education, Winneba, some lawyers and other people. But at the end of the day, you push, and you realize that a political will is needed at a point to execute it. And that political will, we are not getting it.
Absolutely.
So for me as Abraham, yes, the fact I'm not involved in the war. The fact that today I become a double victim, I lost my property, I lost my precious mom. Yes, my mom was not killed by a gun, but commonsensically, and every reasonable man will know that my man died as a result of happenings of the war. So I am more or less a victim of it. I am ever ready today to sit down and then we'll talk of sustainable peace. I, on any day, any time, will never think of revenge. I will on any day, on any time, think that Abraham Boafo's house is burnt. So, Kwesikuma's house must also burn. Or Obintin's mother must also die because of this. No. As a devotee and as a believer of the universe, that is not what my spiritual teachings tells me. I am ever ready today, from the political perspective, any forum where we'll have very conscious people, we have non-hypocrites that will want to sit down to talk about peace of Nkonda, and they deem me fit, they deem me, meaningful to be part and make impact. I am ever ready. I am ever ready with my heart, my soul, my everything.
Great to know. Great to know. And before we go, though, let me ask you, how much? And again, I know that Otunfo, Yana, and the youth themselves and everybody else can make a great impact, but ultimately, and like you said, it boils back down to political will. You have a member of parliament in the area. How much do you know that the parliament knows about what's going on? The other day, there was the MP for Boko, for instance, was up speaking about what's going on there. Have you heard your member of parliament make any statement about this in parliament? How much does the parliament of Ghana know about what's going on in Nkanta?
Well, I also quite remember there was such motion raised on the floor of the house where our MP raised a motion of that nature. Other MPs from sister constituencies in the region who knew about this Nkanta issue as a historical thing, they all gave their insight and perspective about it. Others, I mean, I've heard it, but resolving such issues from a political perspective goes beyond one executive arm of government. Especially, the will should come from the executive arm. It is the president of the republic that has the mandate, in tandem with the other arm, to put together a commission of inquiry with the full power to go and look into the matter and recommend back to government what they think need to be done to resolve the problem. What is it? If it's about boundary judgment in Nkanta that will have to be given to resolve this problem, a commission of inquiry will come with a report like that. If it's about, Nkanta being declared a non-family or stool land of all the parties involved in the fight, if that is what the commission of inquiry thinks should be done to bring peace in Nkanta, the political will to do that must come in tandem with both the arms of government, which is the judiciary, the executive. So the member of parliament, at his level, might be doing his best. Maybe from outsiders, from other people, his best might not be enough. Okay, but I still believe that parliament alone, parliament will go and discuss it. Parliament will go and make, comments about it. But will that be enough to resolve a problem of this nature?
It might not be enough, Abraham, but I believe that it would definitely be a very big part of it. And this is why. Because once the issue of Boko was brought up in parliament, the whole of Ghana got to hear about it. So now the government is under pressure to do something about it. How many Ghanaians really know about the Nkanta unrest? If you, Abraham, hadn't come out the other day to report that your house had been burned, that particular incident would have happened without anybody, no media reporting it. So you are right. It's not just one arm of government, but everybody has to do their part. Don't you think so?
And that is
including
my shock.
The member of parliament, especially.
Yes. And that is my fear. That is my utmost surprise and shock and an understanding of the whole issue at OT. OT is located, within the heart of Ghana. Look at our location. Look at the natural resources that are coming from there. We are playing a very critical role in serving the national basket of this country in terms of in terms of food production. And such barbarism, such damning situations are happening, and we don't see national concern. You don't see media giving us attention until me, Abraham, have to come and cry on NIT FM on the situation at home. People were dying, sleeping in bush for weeks. No one is coming to talk about it. And we have all these big minerals. We have all their correspondences in the region. And I don't know whether they report and people are deliberately not interested to publish it. They don't report or whatever is the case. For media coverage and media involvement in this Nkanta issue, it is something I don't understand. I don't know whether it is spiritual, it is deliberate, or it is all born out of political machinations.
I think
because I don't understand why, even recent one, when this Boku and other places are having challenges, It is all over the media, and the entire Ghana is sympathizing with Boko. But same or even worse situations of such things happening in another region where you have people not showing interest to talk about it. Have you ever seen Nkwanta issue being discussed in one of these biggest media houses in Ghana? No, don't talk about it.
No, apart from when you had to cry because your house had been attacked, and we don't have to wait for that to happen before we pay any attention. And my condolences again for that situation.
No. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time.
I
And
thank you very
on
much.
behalf of the people of Nkwanta, I want to also thank you. The fact that you heard our situation, you have made your platform available for always update you on happenings, for us to always share ideas on the way forward, for us to also pour out our opinions without any fear or favor. It's enough. I think what we are doing, if we have the traditional media houses in Ghana, we have other bigger platforms in Ghana like yours, doing same, we would have moved a step forward from where we are now. And we want to
I believe
appreciate
so
you.
too.
And then we thank you so much, and continue to use your platform to help us, stock peace in Nkwanta. We have nowhere to go. Today, you can choose that you will ignore your hometown. Because see, today you are in Texas. Your soul, your spirit, your everything is in Ghana. You are a Ghanaian, you are an African, your umbilical cord is here.
Fuck.
So it means that no matter how you say you want to ignore your hometown because it is unsafe to be there, it remains your place. So it is better we talk peace. It is better we look for peace to make the place calm and safety for all of us. Today, if we are in Accra, we are in Kumasi, we are in UK, we are in US, and there is peace there, the people there make it work there for there to be peace. So we can equally make things work out at our place for peace to be there, so that others can equally travel to our place one day to seek refuge.
Absolutely. Abraham, thank you very, very, very much. What I want to end with is this. We spoke with you first. We spoke with Steve Obo, who is a representative from one of the other groups involved. What we're trying to do is we want to sit everybody down and have a discourse. The last time we did this, Steve brought a group of people from his group, and we all had a nice little talk. To be honest with you, there was no bad emotions at all. This is why I'm encouraged that we can possibly solve this thing from our end. But after all, who does the gunning down? Who does the attacking? It's the youth. So once we get the youth to understand the issues properly, maybe we can solve it from there. Can I count on you to bring a team of your people to speak about this next week, Abraham?
No, you can always count on me. If, like you said, if it is something that we need to is necessary, that we need to get other one or two voices addition to mine, so that will come. And what I hate is to engage in discourse of blame games and discourse of emotional and unintelligence. No,
Exactly.
when you are
That's not
resolving
going to happen, I
issues,
promise you. And you know what?
blame
When we met
emotions
with
are not the way to go. And for me, I've got one or two people too that probably when you give me the chance, I'll also bring them on board. They will
please,
also come and speak, and then we should just look at whatever is the cause, whatever is the effect, we should just let it be. What do we need to do now so that when one day we die and go, our kids will not come and face the trauma we are going through? That is the kind of people I will want to engage. So if you give me the opportunity one day, I'll put one or two people together and we'll come and have a conversation.
please, Justice will be working with you to get that set up. Please get a group of people. What we did with the other team was fabulous. We had regular people just coming on the show. We shared the link with them, so it looks like they had a WhatsApp platform where they shared it, so anybody on that platform could come. And Abraham, not one of them raised. Well, there was one person who was a bit on the border of the attackers. But generally speaking, and we had the chief on as well. We had the chief on the show. And they all said, this is unnecessary. We need to do something about this. Looks like they just need something to facilitate that process. We want to be those facilitators. Okay, so please bring your team like that. If you can get a chief, if you can get some of your other, if you can get the regular people, anybody, we'll have that discussed. And then subsequently, we'll arrange another one where we will meet with the other group when we have all agreed that, okay, these are the parameters, no disrespectful language, no finger pointing, just focus on the solutions. And then we will do what we can. We cannot leave everything for the politicians. If they don't act, so what? We're going to sit down and perish? No, let's take a stand. So next week, I will have Justice work with you to raise your team for us, please.
I appreciate it. And I'll put. So, Bami, do you have a threshold of the number of people you want to talk to?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. We can take up to, see, here's the thing. Our system can take up to 50 people on a call.
That's fine.
Now, if we go beyond 50, all we have to do is Okasawiya near the Oko green room, right? And then somebody else comes and makes their point. And then we take somebody else to the green room and bring them on. So there's no cap at all. If we have the whole Nkwanta coming, hallelujah. Because we want to hear everybody's voice.
That's fine. So we'll work it out, put together, I mean, if a very few number of people that are cool, I mean, not hot-headed people, not too emotional, people that probably will come and will have
we'll focus on the solutions, yes.
Yes. I appreciate
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Abraham.
And
God bless you.
I want to leave you now to join another meeting.
Please do that for me. Do that. Do what you need to do. And commiserations once more on the passing of your mom. We'll talk behind the scenes.
I appreciate you.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Bye.
Abraham Waffle is spokesperson for the National Democratic Congress. Well, he is part of their communications team. And at the same time, he is also from the Achode tribe, one of the groups in the Nkwanta issue. We are trying to play advocate. We are trying to do what we can to engender discourse, which we believe will bring peace to Nkwanta. We owe it to ourselves, and we will do it. Thank you very much for staying with us. When we come back, we will have arts and culture, and we will be wrapping up the show. Please stay.
Blood of the slain will never be in vain. Never. No. We don't want to see no more people dying. Zayana Yahweh. Whoa. Zayana Yahweh. Whoa. Zayana Yahweh. Whoa, Zayana Yahweh. Yo, listen, man. My name is Ja, beloved. You can call me Kwesi back when the occasion calls for it. You are watching agriKULCHA TV. Keep it locked. agriKULCHA TV. Africa from African perspective.
Since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
So come alaikum.
God have mercy upon us.
Sama alaikum.
Ha kweku.
I mean, one from a kweku.
What from dan?
I mean, what from a papa.
Ha, ezibenin tada ni kremuni by force sabalata kaside diasa. I would have been in a Muslim.
Also, why Moko Kramo, what be your problem?
Okay, a cremonia can fati a minte, Baba Mura torture him.
Nasa fati a one can and cranacasa or chilapon chinkwan, and say when you and 10 cran.
Why should all that a cherry no more than 10 ton? Hey, Malami is cocky, continue ewaha, G Cody,
Menanti woman fill up Populoshi, Mambelaha, Coco Senti.
Now not said a quano be.
Mamma Mania Buana Mayazumi.
A plato, no was Minimua, and your Muslim woman made the Yaya Kumi.
Also, Jama Anno, Miss Sabina Abo, Mamma made the Amenaka de Jazako, or Tontana Ancora on a Sabago.
A Razilla ilaha ilalahu. I will read Gina Yaya Faston. We have Funatan that I'm in a castle. A Dazan life in a new tasking, Nedinamu who they have on our hustle.
You want to disgrace me? Why?
Shanano bro for down for me kai.
Is that you telling me?
Your cop the man and them kekede fi Dubai.
I'm on Yanku in Tankwa, Wasupelai in Gentle, a sea Pumusulama main Yankwa, Dentin the Bechilemufun, we will fill them in the would be near Yako shocks, Yakwa, and no more to put each a thought. American most Silema, every dot and a cramona is some who are your pork.
Amen. Pork a moon bida.
Nana whom can say,
honest moon bida.
And now when a man will win the Reja, Edja by Yelena pork, Edenumbia.
Amen. I was free now when you prefect. Melika say, a small woman for the TZ. I was the Bina Jalabi and a slippers.
I mean, a cremono, Musumi Jesus.
Wow, she need less lies. Cremunia esumi Jesus Christ. And you should be a pepper bimbo, Azana, and change your useless life.
Usumpo, why they less stress him, baby, and if be an disturb him. Go Kakrama Pedamunu Minta, then a CTV detect him.
Why see, also the CTV.
I'm a metabro for me, real UCC.
Abacos na ye.
Me yes, social studies in a mountain, I'm sending a BDT.
No, the BDT, no, Abacosa.
On your Bible determination taxes. Bible determination taxes.
Bible determination taxes. Where in university? No taxes to sign. I didn't come go Conibra by force Muslim.
Hey, boys, and the Moko Poya one Zhao. I read Mafia now, Mr. Bacon.
Okay, thank you very much for staying with us and welcome back to the show. We answer na yebe to our show and we're about to wrap up pretty soon actually, but we have something that we need to take a look at real quick. Just recently, you've been hearing about this Nigeria must go, Nigeria must go, Nigeria must go nonsense. Let's call a spade a spade. It's nonsense. There are a lot of people who don't even know what they're saying when they join that chorus. I have invited one of my brothers who has some experience with this. Please spare us the next 15 minutes or so. Now, yen discuss what the implications of what the implications would be for such a reckless move. I have invited my beloved brother Kex Pongo to join me on this show to discuss. Kex, welcome to the show.
Yes, I give thanks.
Nice one. It's a little dark where you are, but we'll make it happen. In fact, your voice is more important. But if we could also see you, it makes the experience a whole lot better.
It's getting dark in my place and I'm in my room. I don't know how I can light it up more than this again.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll make it. But it's west now. We go back to where you were before. At least we could see an outline, an outline of your face. That's there you go. Okay, Kex, let's go straight ahead.
Okay.
And here, every language where Ghanaians they understand, they speak out for here. You understand?
Yeah.
If you like speaking ever to make a point, go through with it. If I don't understand it, I'll ask you for some clarity. But it's that free reign. So please, let's do that. Now, you've heard about this Nigeria must go nonsense going on recently. We thought it was a flash, but it seems to be gaining momentum. First of all, what's your reaction to it? And that's much better. Please stay right there. We can see you a whole lot better right now. Yes. What's your reaction, first of all, to that Nigeria must go chorus? What do you think?
Well, I think it is a wrong move. I think it's a wrong move. One, for the purpose of African unity, I totally don't agree about sacking any African from anywhere. But economically, it's also very dangerous for the country because if you get the Nigerians to leave, the landlords who rent their rooms for the people will become jobless or moneyless, or their business will collapse. At the same time, the same people that the woman who used to sell groceries at the nearby where the people they buy from, that person too is going to lose their business or their businesses, So the eviction is not a good thing. And the third thing is I was a victim of being evicted from Nigeria, and it was not something pleasant to experience.
That's part of the reason why we asked you to come to share that experience with us, because this is not the first time this is happening. It's like we're not learning from history, right? Ghanaians deported Nigerians, Nigerians deported Ghanaians, and now we're going back to Nigeria must go again. It sounds very infantile to me. But before we go to your experience over there, you've raised two very important points. If we were daft enough to do something like that, it will affect the country. In the image of the country will be affected, right? And politically, but also the economy of the country will suffer a lot. There are a lot of Nigerians in Ghana, and there's a lot of Nigerian investment in Ghana, isn't it? President. Oh boy. Okay, President went off. We will bring him. He's still active, by the way. I don't know, his camera just went inactive. I believe he will come back very soon. President, can you hear me? President Kex? Okay. We will bring President Kex back as soon as we have him. In the meantime, we should be bringing you reports. I don't know if Justice has a report for us today. We also have arts and culture, and I do see Synergy on standby for that. But I want to complete this discussion with President Tex because it's very important. That whole Nigeria must go thing. Guys, please, if you don't know any history, learn from it. And that's why I got President Tex today, because he was deported from Nigeria. And I don't think that if we start this nonsense about Nigerians must go, they're just going to sit down and take it, So imagine having to go through that process again. If you hear the name Agege in connection with Ghana, right? Mass deportation. Back then, Omo Mufi Nigeria Banina, and yes, I deported Mufi Agege. I don't know if all the Ghanaians were living in Agege at the time, but it wasn't a pleasant thing at all. So it's not something that we ever want to see again. Unfortunately, we have lost President Kex. Now he's gone off the radar. When we get him, we'll bring him back. But in the meantime, let's see if we can go for arts and culture. Synergy, when you're ready, please show up and we can go for arts and culture, and then we will wrap up the show. If we get President Kex, we'll bring him back. If not, we will, because right now we actually practically ambushed him. We just knocked on his door and called him out to come on the show. So he probably wasn't totally prepared. What we will do if we don't get him back on the show today is we'll bring him back next week to talk about this whole Nigeria must go thing. Let's go for a short commercial break. When we come back, arts and culture.
Since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
Okay, arts and culture. Hold on a second. Please take the banner off. Take newsroom, please. 1 second. 1 second, people. Newsroom, please take the banner off.
Blood of the slain will never be in vain. Never. No. We don't want to see no more people dying. Zion Yahweh. Whoa. Zion Yahweh. Whoa. Zion Yahweh. Whoa, Zion Yahweh. Yo, listen, man. My name is Ja, beloved. You can call me Kwesi back when the occasion calls for it. You are watching agriKULCHA TV. Keep it locked. agriKULCHA TV. Africa from African perspective.
All right, welcome back. And we are going to go straight for arts and culture. Before that, though, spare me 1 quick minute, people. Arts and culture, by the way, is brought to you kind courtesy Chrismark products. Now, at the beginning of the show, I was telling you about the package that I received from Chrismark, right? Guys, go check this out. I'm telling you no lie. When we were young, there was some soap I forget the name. There was some soap that my mom used to get, used to bathe us with. This sends me right back to the time. Oh, it is fantastic. This is the Chrismark moisturizing body lotion with red palm oil and shea butter. right? It's available on walmart.com or go to chrismark.com and make your orders. It's fantastic. I got a few bottles of these. I shared some with my daughter, Kibra, who is a hardcore critic of these type of products. I want her to come and give you her testimony herself. So I won't tell you what she said yet. This is another one. Yeah, I think it's the same thing with red palm oil and shea butter for dry skin with patchouli. Patchouli. This is fantastic. This is from Chris Mark Products. Chris Mark also sent me body lotion olive oil. Body lotion but olive oil. This is another type, right? These ones are made with palm oil and shea butter. I know that Ghana. This one is made with olive oil. Let's see what that looks like. This one is like I find some woman to help me to do our cosmetics there. Oh, this is amazing. It smells like, and I don't want to mention any product's name because, you know, obviously, but it smells like Nivea. It's amazing. It smells so good. I love this one. This one sends me back to my childhood days. It's got some really nice scent back that brings me some nostalgia. But this one, bro, this is amazing. Get this one. Okay, get this one too, because this is the Ghana one. But this one is really, really, really good. The one with the shea butter, the one with the olive oil. Body lotion, olive oil. Okay, get that. Okay, yeah. Chris Mark also sent me this one. I need my glasses so because the products are getting small. It's a facial regenerative cream. Facial regenerative cream for people who have like pimples and those type of things, for people who have issues with their face scaling and all of that. This is your Ajinkwa, the Chris Mark facial regeneration cream. That was also in the package. And then Chris Mark also sent me the hand cream with patchouli. Patchouli, now some Mr. Isaac Kusinami Bisan and Adekro patchouli. I see it reoccurring in his products. Okay, this one I think I have to puncture first. Let's open it. I want to really see what all of them feel and smell like. All right. Boop bop. Smells good. Now let's see what it feels like on the skin. Oh, okay. I may have poured out a bit too much. This is a bit lighter, so be careful with that. It's I think this is for, well, this is the hand cream, right? Hand need a machine makes me to my hand, no, instead of just my hand. I'm extending hand, the definition of hand, to go to the whole entire arm or hand. It smells really good. It smells really good. It smells so good, and it kind of smells like the one that I spoke to you first about. Yeah. There's another one. Oh, no, okay, this is the one that we just did. But yes, there's actually one last product that I'm going to show you before Arts and Culture. It's called the Sandalwood Hand Cream. That comes in pouches, right? So you can just grab one pouch. Maybe you're going out on the road or something. If you live in a place like Texas, like I do, it's humid, it's dry, it's all of that. You don't want your skin to be at the mercy of the elements, but you also don't want to be carrying the big bulky ones like these ones. You can just take one of these, right? Rip it and carry it with you. When you need it, you just slit, bip, and you set. Chris Mark, thank you very much for putting Ghana on the world map with your cosmetics. And these are natural products, by the way. These are not things that I can use. These are made with shea butter, olive oil, patchouli, which I don't know what that is, and olive oil and stuff of that nature. Thank you very much. Anyway, go get your Chris Mark products. It's available on walmart.com. There's a Walmart all across America. Ghana people, let's support our own. Go next time you go to Walmart, look for Chris Mark products. All right? Thank you very much. And if you do have any products that you want us to take a close look at, you can follow Chris Mark's example. First, sponsor a segment on the show, and then bring us your products, and we'll give you a fair review. If it's not something that I can put my signature on, I would never come and sit here and tell people to buy. That's a fact. That is a fact. I will never compromise my platform for a product that I would not use. So thank you very much, Chris Mark. Next week, I'll be showing you some spices from Ghana. Very well packaged spices from Ghana, God willing. Any which ways. Thank you. When we come back from this commercial break, we will be going straight for arts and culture.
Since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
Okay, we're back, and just like that, we cut straight to the man called Synergy for Arts and Culture. Synergy.
Yes.
And then Ekoso. Sharp. Arts and culture, Fayeko.
Right, before I even take you there, looking at the review you were doing, I'm sure I shall also get mine.
Sharp.
Nice
Sharp.
one there, so I'll be waiting for mine as well. No problem.
That's all Sunday applied, yeah. Papa say wa worry you. And can you worry there because say because CK or say what market anymore.
I got you, our brother. Nice one there. Let's move straight to art and culture. But I think we have this video that wanted us to look at. But on the more serious note, or at this moment, I think the video is not available as you were calling for the newsroom now. Due to some technical one or two beats, the videos cannot be played at the moment. But it mainly talks about Kofi Kinata seriously addressing something that has to do with how artists, creative arts, are seriously sabotaged when it comes to putting in their work, the creative minds that they have in supporting political parties, but they end up having this sabotage and the tag. They say you belong to party A or party B. But he made emphasis on how we don't talk about electricians, engineers, that is the sound engineers, and the other people that contribute to, let's say, if you want to mount a platform for a rally, the people that come on board to mount that platform, we don't talk about them. But the moment you see a creative arts person that happens to be a musician precisely on that platform, we start tagging them. Meanwhile, we forgotten that they are also doing their job, which has to do with singing, giving music to the people so that the people will also purchase him as an artist. That is where he has a problem with. So we just have to look at it. On the other side, you are also a musician. So you also have your take on that and how we can also review this. Is it on the mindset of how we have not fully accepted politics or democracy at large? And now this whole thing at the Abana. Now, finally, on this thing that has to do with the arts and culture is the death of, popularly known in the show, is Kantanka, a creative person, well-known philanthropist, and someone who has contributed massively when it comes to creative art. He started with this concert party thing that gave us Acrobato, Messi Edu, and even recently the interview that we had with Lucky Mensah, he said his craft, he was discovered through this Safo Kantanka or Christo Asafo, this whole thing, and now we are in a sorrowful moment.
Hello, Synergy.
announced the death of Kantanka.
Good point, Pastor. We're Rezi Kantanka.
By his so at the moment, that is the news we have for us. And the back and forth, I said, do you see anything?
So it's very I'm very happy to say what Rezi sa issue where connected Apostle Kudusafo with the arts, right? When we speak of Apostle Kudusafo, you're doing him in so many different ways. You're doing Apostle Kudusafo as an inventor. You're doing him as a sopho. You're doing him as somebody who's a philanthropist. You're doing him as Obia or you know, what huge farms or huge investments, all of these things.
Yeah.
And of course, some people also mention him or Crystal for concert party. But really and truly, Synergy, I think you are the first who has explicitly connected him with the arts in that sense.
Yeah. Okay.
And thank you for doing that, because this man deserves his spot.
Exactly.
Apostle Kudusafo deserves his spot. We have lost such a monumental figure, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Ghana, we have no idea what we have lost. And you know why? Because with all due respect to his children, with all due respect, I don't feel like Oja dia onini na emane mano.
No. Because looking at the daughter herself, that is Adjoasafo.
Yes.
She has her own goals and ambition when it comes to politics. So
yes,
her own thing as to what she will benefit from the father is quite different. It is up to the son that he plays as the CEO of the Kantanka automobile thing. And I think he will also benefit something. But in all, as a nation, for someone with such creative idea and a talent, what have we gotten from him as a country?
Let's stay on the family a little bit. The son gives me sleepless nights. Why?
Okay.
A very well-known celebrity in Ghana. Because I don't have his permission to tell the story. So I will not reveal it. But a very well-known celebrity, last week. This person went to the son and said, I want to come back. But I want to promote your brand. I want to promote the Kantanka brand. Okay. Give me one of the cars. I will pay for it. And yes, I purchase you. I'll put a down payment for it. But we're going on some terms so that I would drive the car as an example of why we should buy made in Ghana products.
Okay.
That is something that anybody with any level of business acumen should have jumped at.
Yes.
This guy, I'm told, capture celebrity say, oh, Brane Yankasa. Okoye Okodu Honum, Wamani time maybe at 3 o'clock. Okodu Honum, 15 minutes to 3, which is respectful. So one maybe go appointment, I'll get there a little early, whatnot. Odu Honum about 15 minutes to 3. Makatan say we PA CCR.
Okay.
There's not any confidence in me as somebody who's serious with business. Same guy, okay, and saying, Omo Yebibi, a friend of Wanderlust Ghana for Omo drive Omo vehicles from Ghana all the way to Europe.
I remember. Yeah.
You know, said they approached this same guy, told him, say, listen, we want one of your cars to be among cars now in Europe. Imagine the value, the market value that would have brought if one of the cars that had made the journey from Ghana, crossed the channel into Europe, was a Kantanka vehicle.
And everyone will be looking at it as to the country. They will be looking at the kind of vehicle waiting from a different country to the other country.
First of all, and it will be a test of the car's durability.
Yes, because for that long journey.
The car drive England,
yes, for that long journey. Yeah.
In terms of durability.
Yeah.
This guy let that thing slide. He didn't even look these people. And then they harming no. That's why I'm having sleepless nights about Kojo Safo's legacy. So do we have somebody who is really going to carry it on like that? Apart from the cars, Yamfasa Nebano is even adept at maintaining the cars and all of that. Kojo Safo was way much more than the cars.
Yes.
What did they call agriculture? Tell this guy, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. What do they call agriculture? This is the guy who was able to come up with something. Emma Adanko, for instance. Maybe, I think they say Nenchie one at a time or something. He managed to do something when Nenchie was born in 2-3. And they were born in like, if Nenchie gives birth like twice in a year, now he has Nenchie born in like 4 times in a year and stuff like that. There's some science this guy knows. And there's this thing I kept saying, Synergy. So in KBIA, the Apostle Kojo Safo Kotina school demo, and can you say in because that guy's wisdom was original. He didn't go to school to learn those things he gave us. It was the product of a natural mind. And then he went further by actually getting people from school to help him implement what he wanted to do. Great personality, Apostle Kojo Safo. May he rise in power. May Ghana be gifted with another Kojo Safo sooner than later. Sooner than later. My biggest disappointment is when Timi any government to uncollaborate ama ne normal bayano and more widespread. But at least we hope so whatever he left behind, no. Those who are in charge, not just his children, but the other executors of his estate, will be up to the task of maintaining that legacy, the legacy of Apostle Kojo Safo. Thank you very much. Synergy seems to have dropped from the stream, and it's actually time to go. But before we go, I promised to do something. I promised to call the scammer guy, right? This guy. Okay. Hold on for me, please. One moment. Put on some music. Let's put on some music in the meantime. People, put on some music while we try to get the scammer on the line. Don't go. We're going to get some entertainment out of this guy before he realizes that he's in some serious trouble. Hold on there. In the meantime, okay, let's enjoy some music while I try to get this guy on the line. Why? A leopard cannot change his spots, neither an Ethiopian his skin color. But why would you even want to ever? Blackness is in my nature. Blackness is my culture. No need to look too hard to realize that my blackness is a salient feature. Born in Africa, continental soldier. Repatriation is a must. I story is the ultimate scripture. 400 years ago, I was the same man once. Kunta Kinti ancestor. Chromancy warrior, descendant of Nzinga, Dayapinti, Hana Santua. I was the same one them kick from Elmina, same one who chased the crazy ballet from Matwa. Chaka Zulu once again, your shackles on the chin, the washing of the brain. I still I rise. Whoa, it's in my DNA. Jano, I got no apology. I say, it's just that part of me that makes me strong, that makes me proud, that makes me me. In a median, 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 in a median. Put on me melanin.
Father, me skin tone, proud of me ancestry. Proud of the land that gave birth to humankind for my safety. Put the mama Africa, proud of the people from all the 54 countries. But most of all, I'm proud of the one that the body lands you away. Got no apology. Janon. Part of me that makes me strong, that makes me whole, that makes me beautiful.
Okay, this guy's angels are protecting him today. His number is switched off. I'll try a few more times. If we don't get him, we'll keep following him. The friend of Kweku Deborah, that's his name, Kweku Deborah. Kweku Deborah. And his number is right here. I will share his number later on. He's a scammer. His name is Kweku Deborah. He would hack your phone and then he will send messages to your friends asking them to send money to whatnot and whatnot. I have some screenshots I'm going to show you later. I'm going to try one more time with this idiot. If we don't get him today, we'll try again another time. We will get him.
The incoming number you're calling is currently switched off. Please try later. The incoming number you're calling is currently switched off. Please try later.
All right, Kweku Deborah. We will try later. In the meantime, this has been our show for today. My name is Kwesi Eson Bakon. I come in peace. I come not to please. Thank you for joining us on today's show. We will be back next week, God willing, with another show. Until such times, enjoy the rest of your day.
Sitting here meditating and pondering on the ways of the world today. Thinking of my people Africa and the state of the continent today. How mothers fed their children today. As granny goes down on her knees every day and prays.